This is Basketball Infinite. Make sure to like and subscribe. And this is the beginning of the 2001 2002 NBA season. And we have a whole new core with Michael Jordan, who gets his first bucket of the season on this dunk, along with Elton Brand, Jason Williams, who averaged a double double last year, and Peja Stojakovic, who Coach Tim Floyd is making an interesting decision here, bringing him as the sixth man off the bench, as we also acquired James Posey. I was surprised that we got him so easily. He's a good backup small forward to replace Ron Artest, but with the Nuggets, they had just drafted Shane Battier at the same position, so it kind of makes a little sense. So we're going through the first game here. The Bucks were a team we faced in the Eastern Conference semifinals last year, and we beat them 4-2, where we eventually advanced to the NBA Finals to win. And as you see, playing with this team already, they are a lot better this year, and Michael Jordan has a much better supporting cast. We're up 50-42 in the third quarter. He drives past Ray Allen, makes another dunk. He has 20 plus points already, and Jason Williams is just a fun point guard to use. We're beating the Bucks soundly in the fourth quarter, and Williams has a double-double. We beat them, and I'm going to up the difficulty a little bit more. It was on Hall of Fame last year, and I upped it pretty significantly, and I pretty much raise all of the attributes and skills for the CPU to 60, and we're going to keep it at there until next season. And again, if it's another championship or another run, we will up it more for the 2003 season. Alright, we win our second game against the Cavs, and we are in our first close game of the season, again against the Bucks, and Michael Jordan misses this layup to put the Bucks ahead, or to put the Bucks down one, and our new center Jelani McCoy gets called for a defensive 3 seconds, and we lose that game to the Bucks, but we win the next game led by 19-20 from Elton Brand against the Raptors. Then we face the Cavs again. We win by about 44 points. Michael Jordan has 32. Now we have a game against the Indiana Pacers, who have started the season 6-0, and they'd beat us. They are led by Jalen Rose, who has developed into an all-star player. He was a 2001 NBA All-Star starter. And then we jump into our next game on November 9th, 2001 against Kenyon Martin and the Orlando Magic. If you remember, if you've watched the past episodes, Kenyon Martin won the Rookie of the Year over Michael Jordan, which was kind of ridiculous. They did both make the All-NBA third team, but Jordan then obviously led his team to an NBA championship, and there we have a poster dunk. It's 101-100, but Corey Maggette makes this three to give the Magic a 4-point lead, but then here we go. Jordan's driving. He makes a dunk over Lorenz and Wright. It's 104-102. Maggette trying to push the lead, but he can't do it. Brand passes up to Jordan. He's driving. He's got another open lane. Even though we've upped the difficulty even more past Hall of Fame, it's sort of like double Hall of Fame now. Jordan's still able to drive to the basket at ease. I mean, he is the GOAT for a reason, but look at Lorenz and Wright pushing the Magic lead to 3, but look at this dunk, the dunk of the simulation so far by Michael Jordan. He went from the free throw line over 2 defenders. What in the world? And then we're down 1, and Jordan pushes the lead again. He's got over 30 points. It's a 1-point game with 30 seconds left. Maggette misses a long 3. Peja gets the rebound, passes it to Jordan. We are trying to close out the Orlando Magic here, and nobody in the league can guard Michael Jordan on the perimeter. He finishes with 38, and he is averaging a healthy amount of points so far. We play the Hawks next. We beat them soundly. They are arguably the worst team in the league right now. We have our first injury. Jason Williams is injured, but it's only for a week or two with the sprained wrist, so it's not too bad. Then the Bucks beat us for the second time out of 3 times this season, and we lost to them at home, so that Bucks team could give us trouble. Wow, I'm mispronouncing all my words right now. They could give us trouble later on. So we jump into our next game against the Wizards, who are led by Richard Hamilton and Chauncey Billups. Jordan pushes the lead to 3 here, and then Anthony Carter passes it to Elton Brand. We're up 2 here. Jordan's driving, but he gets blocked by, I believe, Jahidi White. But Anthony Carter, we picked him up to be our backup point guard. I was impressed with him in the playoffs last year when we played the Heat. And I have loved the job Anthony Carter has done for us as the second string point guard so far. The Wizards are down 3 here. I don't know why they didn't take a 3, but Hamilton tried to make a fadeaway mid-range. Quentin Richardson makes a late 3 to cut it to 2. But we're going to get the inbounds pass here to Jordan. They do not foul us in time. Jordan scores over 40 points. Let's look at the top 25 players in the league right now. Number 1 is Iverson, 2 Shaq, 3 Duncan, 4 Kobe, 5 Carter, 6 Grant Hill, Kevin Garnett, Chris Webber, Ray Allen, and Dirk round out the top 10. Then we have Stephon Marbury 11th, and Jordan at 22 is still 12th, even though he just won the Finals MVP. We have Jason Kidd, Paul Pierce, Gary Payton, Alonzo Mourning, Rasheed Wallace, Steve Francis, Anton Walker, Jerry Stackhouse. We have Allen Houston, who's shooting over 40% from 3 for his new team, the Spurs. And Elton Brand does sneak in there as well. So the Bulls have 2 of the top 25 players in the league. You see Jalen Rose gets in there at 25. Then we play the Jazz next without Karl Malone. Along with the Hawks, they are probably the 2 worst teams in the league, considering their leading point scorer in this game was a 65 overall. We played the Spurs, who are 7-4, and I was a bit surprised we beat them by 24 on the road. But 23-11 from Jason Williams, he's looking like a great pickup so far. We then beat the Pistons by 29, so this team's starting to get into a groove here because the Pistons have obviously been a team that have given us a lot of trouble. We beat the Raptors on November 22nd, 2001. Then we beat the Wizards, who we just had a close game against. So we are winning games pretty consistently, and this team's already looking a lot better than they did last year. We played the Grizzlies next, who I decided to keep in Vancouver for now because they did make the playoffs last year, and they do beat us at home, led by 24 points from Mike Bibby. We are up to 2nd in the East. We are now in December 2001. We played the Nuggets and absolutely destroyed them by a ton of points. I believe that's 63 points. Holy moly. Peja scores 32. Jay Will 25 and 16 assists. And then we destroy the Heat at home. So we are getting into a nice little groove here. Michael Jordan is averaging less points a game than he did last year, but the team's a lot better, and they're a lot more equipped to win a championship, even with winning a championship last year. So this simulation has been going very well for Michael Jordan so far. And then we get our revenge against the Grizzlies, beating them by 30 on the road. We've got a game against the Jazz. We beat them by a significant amount, despite 39 points from Tyronn Lue. Alright, we play the Bucks next. We are 1st in the East. Things are looking great. No serious injuries. And this is a close game. We're losing by 3 on the road, behind 35 points from Ray Allen and 33 from Michael Jordan. So they're having a duel. And Sam Cassell, who I gave a lot of praise to in last year's playoff series, puts the Bucks ahead 5, but Jordan with the dunk cuts the lead to 3. Get some love for Peja. So it's a 111-109. Somehow, Rafer Alston misses this layup. I just call him Skip to my Lou because I have a hard time pronouncing his name. But Jordan cuts the lead to a tie, and the Bucks are trying to make something happen here. It's 111-111. There's under 5 seconds left on the shot clock. We look like we have a good defensive stop, and I do not know how Skip to my Lou hits that 3-pointer. We are down 3. Peja tries to tie the game. He does not, but Elton Brand gets the rebound, dunks it, and the and one. This free throw can tie the game, and he misses. He missed the free throw, and Ray Allen had 35, but we still have a chance. There's a 2.5 left, down 3. We're trying to get it to Peja, and it's a 5-second violation, and that's going to be it for the Bulls. We lose to the Bucks, and then we play the Celtics on the road next and lose our second game in a row behind 40 from Anton Walker. So next we play the Clippers. They were winning for a good amount of the game, but then we pulled away and we beat them by 22 despite 31 from Jamal Crawford. We then beat Allen Iverson and the 76ers next, but then lose to the Heat on the road next game. We're playing the Magic next. We beat them by nearly 50 points. So now we're going to jump into a pretty significant game because this is the first time all series we have played a game against the Lakers. Jordan's been held to just 12 points, although he hasn't missed a field goal, but Kobe scored 37, and look who's guarding Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan pulls the switcheroony layup to cut the lead to 1. He's got 14. The Lakers are trying to push their lead. Derek Fisher with a mid-range jumper. He misses. Jordan gets the rebound. There's under a minute left. He drives right past Kobe Bryant and gives the Bulls a 1-point lead. It's 98-97. Kobe misses the mid-range jumper. Jordan gets the ball. He drives past Kobe again and makes another dunk to push that lead again. And we've got a 1-point lead with under 10 seconds left, and Jordan makes a layup to make that a 3-point lead. But the Lakers have a chance to tie. 6, 5, 4. Fisher gives it. I believe that's Glenn Rice for the tie. Not even close. Now we're playing the Sacramento Kings. We win by 5, but they are doing pretty well this year, as Ron Artest is now a part of that core, and he's been playing pretty well for them. Alright, next we have a close game against the Pistons, who we've probably played more than any other team in this series so far, and Michael Jordan has been held on just 1 for 6 shooting this whole game. And Grant Hill gives Detroit a 4-point lead. But Jordan makes a couple of free throws to give him 10 points for the game. But Grant Hill comes right back and hits that mid-range jumper. It's 104-100. Jordan somehow makes this behind-the-head layup. That's the first time I've ever seen that type of shot go in. We hold them to a stop. Jordan can tie the game here. He's got a lane. He ties the game at 104. The Pistons have a chance to win. Chucky Atkins with under 3 seconds left. He gets an open 3. It rims in and out, and we're going to overtime. Jason Williams finds an open Michael Jordan to give the Bulls a lead early in overtime. And here, Jordan, he's got 2 defenders on him in the paint, but he still makes the shot and gives the Bulls a 3-point lead. Now Jordan gets multiple picks. He misses, but he gets his rebound. We're really trying to close out this game here. Just under a minute and a half left. Stackhouse is on Jordan. He's trying to make something happen, but the defense is making it hard, and you can see the upped difficulty on what I would call now double Hall of Fame. Jordan, with just over a minute left, he's trying to make something happen, but Stackhouse has him guarded pretty well. He gives it up to Elton Brand, and Elton Brand hits a beautiful mid-range jumper, and that was the end for this. And then we play the next two. Despite not having Allen Houston anymore, they beat us by 24 with us at home, and Charlie Ward is averaging nearly 15 points a game. And finally, the final game of this video, we narrowly edged the Hornets, who are still struggling despite having T-Mac and Baron Davis. So we're first in the East. The Heat are second. The Bucks are third. The Pistons are fourth. You see the Knicks still up there, and if the playoffs started today, we would play Paul Pierce and Anton Walker in the first round. So, we see some of these other teams. Billups and Hamilton are ninth, and the Cavs, despite having some success recently, are really struggling now. And you see the Raptors, even though they have Tony Parker and Vince Carter, the rest of their roster needs a lot of work. And then we have the Atlanta Hawks at 4-26, who originally drafted Jordan before trading him to the Bulls. The Blazers, who we played in the finals last year, even though they didn't have any All-Stars, they are 27-3. KG has led the Timberwolves to the second spot. Jason Kidd, they've had some mild success the last few years, but they're currently third in the West, and the Lakers are fourth. The Kings are fifth with Chris Webber and Ron Artest. The Houston Rockets, with the core of Francis Mobley and Steven Jackson, are sixth. This is somewhat surprising. The Spurs are seventh. I still think they could be dangerous, and the Vancouver Grizzlies are eighth, with the newly added rookie Zach Randolph starting at power forward. So, Dallas, with Dirk, Nash, and Mike Miller and Michael Finley, are ninth. The Warriors are 10th. They've improved a little bit after adding Joe Johnson, who's averaging 15 as a rookie. The Clippers have improved a little bit too, but they still have a ways to go. The Nuggets have regressed, and the Pelicans are still bad, even though they have Gilbert Arenas now. And the Utah Jazz are 4-27. Interesting to note, Michael Jordan has not won a Player of the Week so far. And finally, we look at the first round mock draft of 2002. The Jazz will get that pick. That Grizzlies pick was given to them in real life. So the Jazz are projected to get Yao Ming. That would be an interesting fit. There are definitely some studs in that top 5, although it gets a little iffy after that. But here we are. It is now 2002 in Michael Jordan's second season. The Bulls are leading the East, and they are trying to repeat as champions. And they have a lot better team than they did last year. Can they do it? Tune in to find out. The next episode, we will go to possibly the end of 2002 until the All-Star game, although I might split that into 2 videos. But this is Flynn Patrick, and tune in until next time.